All right, everyone, I feel like it's about time to start having this conversation. Is it the beginning of the end for Elon Musk? People were talking about this possibility earlier, even before Trump's term started, but now I think we've got good reason to believe that it might be the beginning of the end for him, or at least the beginning of the end. There might be a sign that there's light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to the Musk takeover of the government, when it comes to Musk's association with President Trump. After the results of the Wisconsin Supreme Court election, I live here in Wisconsin. I saw these people going ham against puppet master Elon Musk, funding corrupt Brad Schimmel, trying to get him elected, trying to buy a seat. He's suing the state of Wisconsin, by the way, and so he wants a friendly Supreme Court justice on that court to rule in his favor. And Wisconsin, fortunately, denied him that opportunity. We also have to talk about what happened in Florida, and obviously we can't sugarcoat what happened in Florida. The Republicans won. The Republicans won quite easily. But at the same time, if there is any silver lining, and this isn't sugarcoating, it's just pointing out a silver lining, their margin of victory was smaller than it was in 2024. Beginning of the end? I think it might be on its way. So Elon Musk makes a great punching bag for the left. You gotta admit it. Trump did for a little bit, but I happen to agree with a lot of progressives who have pointed out, they pointed this out during the election, by the way, and it was a big red flag, is a lot of people just don't have the energy to be angry about Trump anymore. They were angry about him for 4 years during his presidency. Sometimes, between his presidency and his current presidency, during Biden's term, they were angry at him. Before he ran for president, they were angry at him. While he was running for president, they were angry at him. And 2024 was kind of just the year of, yeah, whatever, he's a criminal, he's in court, he's been criminally charged, he got convicted, yeah, whatever, loser, scumbag. But I'm not gonna think that much about how Trump's bad or anything like that. It doesn't motivate me to vote that much. That seemed to be the attitude of a select portion of the population. But now Trump's got this absolute clown who just so happens to be the richest guy on earth, trying to buy Republican politicians. He's got this guy in there basically, running the federal government on his behalf, deregulating, slashing spending illegally and unconstitutionally. So when you have this guy, and I mean, Elon Musk, let's face it, behaviorally, he's a clown. You listen to the guy speak, it's just like, okay, this is not a normal person. This is a weirdo. This is a lunatic. This is not someone who deserves to be at the top wealth-wise. This is a clown. And people, I think, see that and they resent that. And they resent it even more when he thinks he's entitled to control U.S. politicians, to control politicians in states that he doesn't live in. Wisconsin, yeah, time to buy me a Supreme Court justice, woohoo. And he failed. And I think he failed because of how egregious he is. If he had just stayed in the background, if he had just been less of an openly corrupt nut job, maybe people would have just said, oh yeah, Brad Schimmel, that's a Republican-ish guy, he's right-leaning. Susan Crawford is like kind of left-leaning. I'm just gonna stay home. I mean, whatever, it just kind of bores me. But they see, oh shoot, the corrupt billionaire, the richest guy on the planet, Elon Musk, the guy who's a total clown and doesn't deserve to be as rich as he does, he's funding Brad Schimmel. He wants to get him onto the Supreme Court. This is naked corruption. I need to vote for Susan Crawford. I think that this was the thinking of a number of voters, a number of Crawford voters, and probably a substantial number. When people tie Elon Musk to Donald Trump, that doesn't help Trump, that hurts him. Now, you could say, oh, well, Trump, people already know they're going to vote against the Trump guy, of course. They oppose Trump, they're Trump haters, and nothing will ever change them. But how much of the regular population that doesn't necessarily hate Trump but doesn't like him would get motivated to vote against Trump or against a Trumpian Republican candidate based on the fact that the richest guy on earth is tied to his campaign, the richest guy who's a total clown and who is, he's not even an American. He's a South African guy who's trying to buy elections across the world. He's meddling in Europe, trying to help far-right parties there. What's going on with that? People are saying you can't have it all. So Elon Musk is a great lightning rod for the left, for progressives, for Democrats, for centrists, just general Trump opponents. But Trump himself doesn't seem to be that good of a lightning rod. He still won the election. He still won every swing state. It's insane to think, but he did. Now, had Elon Musk been at his shoulder even more during the campaign, would he still have won every swing state? I don't know, quite possibly. But this has been a whole new bad look for him. Getting Elon Musk in the federal government, getting this whole Doge thing to basically ramp up waste, fraud, and abuse and totally fail in promoting a more efficient government and just destroying people's lives. There have been deaths as a result of the US aid cuts. That is not cool, that is bad. And when people start seeing more of the effects of this, they're only going to start to resent Musk and Trump more. So I don't know, will it happen by 2025? Will Trump dump Musk? Do we need to see some more special elections where the Democrats hopefully will artfully tie Elon Musk to the Republican candidate? And hopefully Elon Musk will, let his freak flag fly. Try saying that 10 times fast. But yeah, he'll go out there and be like, hey, I support this Republican candidate. Please vote for them. I'll give you $10 billion if you vote for them. Yeah, this is cool. This is our super judge. This is our super senator. Vote for this fascist nut job who is totally just going to help me get richer and just loves corporations and wants to ban abortion and wants to ban same-sex marriage and thinks that the January 6th protesters are based. Vote for this guy. Yeah, he's cool. And people will be like, you know what? I didn't agree with his politics to begin with. But now that you are out here screeching about how we need to vote for this person because they're so cool and because we need to do it to save democracy, to save the Constitution, I'm actually going to vote against them because of you, Elon Musk. Think about that, man. People are going to fall like dominoes when they get the sight that Elon Musk is backing these candidates. In 2022, it was the Trump-backed candidates who were losing. Now, Trump-backed candidates are able to win. Look at what Dave McCormick did in Pennsylvania. He won that Senate election in 2024, and he was backed by Trump. Even though Doug Mastriano, governor candidate in 2022, a big Trump guy, was unable to win against Josh Shapiro. So, these swing states, they've become less Trump. Well, in 2024, they arguably got more Trump sympathetic. But now that he's in office, we're playing a whole different ballgame. Now the Democrats get to point to what Trump is doing and say, I don't like this. This is bad. You shouldn't like this, and here's why you shouldn't like it. And they can throw Musk under the bus too. Elon Musk is just functioning as a great lightning rod. I thought that J.D. Vance might be that lightning rod back in the 2024 campaign, funny enough. And there were people, I think Rachel Maddow said, yeah, I didn't see Trump winning mostly because of J.D. Vance, but he did win. So yeah, J.D. Vance was not helpful. But now it seems like other than the memes of him where he looks really fat, he's kind of slid under the radar. And Elon Musk, the true vice president, some would say the true president, some would say the first lady, has risen up. And he's made himself into a punching bag, and he's going to regret it. The Republican Party is going to regret it. So the Democrats had their turn being the lightning rods of society, with Joe Biden being mocked ruthlessly for being senile, for saying we finally beat Medicare. But now it's the Republicans' turn to go on the defensive. They've got to atone for their corruption. They've got to atone for their insanity, their genuine far-right ideology, but also for Elon Musk and oligarchy. Oligarchy is a bad look. When the American people get a whiff of oligarchy, they get repulsed. And the Wisconsin Supreme Court election told us that. What do you think is the expiration date for Elon Musk's time in the Trump administration? Do you think it's going to be August 2027? Do you think it's going to be tomorrow? I'm interested in hearing. Please like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. This has been the More the Merrier. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you in my next video.